Hello and welcome back, everyone. So today we're going to use a new tool called NotebookLM. This is actually coming from Google. They offer this service for free today, at least at the moment where I talk about it. And we're going to use it to get to a point where we can produce some very rich and very insightful multimedia, where all the medical details will be then represented either in a presentation or in a video or in an infographic, which can provide some clear and concise visual support for any kind of decision that can be taken by a medical professional. So how is it going to work is we're going to start again from our medical data, the digital form that we're going to upload to NotebookLM. And inside the NotebookLM, we're going to create what we call a RAG, so a database with all our medical records, and we're going to interact with these medical records directly inside NotebookLM. And at the last step, we're going to produce those very nice and very clear visuals, which we're going then to be using to exchange with or as a support in our conversation with our doctors. All right, so let's go. But before we start, I need again to provide the medical disclaimer. So this video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnostic, or treatment. AI-generated interpretation are supportive tools only. They do not replace a clinical judgment. All findings must be reviewed and validated by a qualified healthcare professional before any medical decisions are made. Never disregard or delay professional medical advice based on content in this video. In case of a medical emergency, contact your local emergency services immediately. So, so shall we jump on the internet and try to log in to NotebookLM? Yeah, but maybe before we do that, let's maybe restart from where we left in our previous video. So if you remember, we went inside Claude, and inside Claude, we went inside a project, and in the project, we uploaded all our analysis, and from our analysis, we exchange or we interact with a prompt to try to get some insights, and we received a lot of information based on the prompt. And even at the end, something that he provided to me is actually a full document, like a Word document that I have downloaded and I have attached to my medical record, which is actually a summary, but text-based summary of the clinical condition, the diagnosis that he made, and the recommendation that he's making for treatment. So now, what should we do? So we open a new tab, and we're going to something called notebooklm.google.com. Okay, this is a software provided by Google. In order to access it, you will have to sign in with your Gmail account, and then it will look like this. So I've got the dark version. You might have the light version, so you will see all of this background being in white. On my side, I've got it in black because I prefer it this way, but it's actually the same software. So when you are here, you click on Create New Notebook. And when you do that, you will get the first landing page will look like this. So I'm going to describe what you are seeing here. So you're seeing there's a central element here, but there's just a pop-up. We're going to close it because we're going to start from a different starting point. But as you can see, you can search the web. You can provide here a prompt to search the web, do even a deep search, but we're not going to do that. That's not what we want to use it for. But you can upload files, see, from here, or even upload copied text. So this is the two function that we're going to use at the beginning. So I'm going to close this because I don't want to start from here. I want to start from this page. So here you can see 3 columns or 3 sections. Here are the sources. Here are the chat section. And here is the magic, I would say, because I really love NotebookLM. This is where you can create some multimedia. So there are already some multimodal prompt behind this, which are creating, you can create either an audio podcast, a slideshow, a video, mind map, reports, flashcard, quiz. We don't really need those ones, but infographic could be interesting. So we might, in this video, look at what we could do in terms of mainly a slide deck. I think that will be the most powerful. The video might be also very powerful, at least for you, not for the doctors, but at least for you to try to understand what you have in a kind of video way, if you are someone who prefers visuals and video on top of a narrative. And maybe the infographic might give us something interesting, but I'm not super sure about that. But at least the slide deck. So how do we start? We go here, and you see you have this large button, say Add Sources. So you click on it. And in here, so you find again the same box, a pop-up at the beginning. And then you go to the Upload Files. And in the upload file, you browse your laptop, and then you get and you retrieve all your medical analysis. So because we are here with Google, and if you remember my previous video, Google is excellent at extracting data, whatever is the support. So you could either use any picture without doing the step of transforming a picture into text, or you can take it if you have done it already. So here are all the same document, but they are all in a text format. So well, I have actually also in this area, I have downloaded the medical report that I received from Claude. So it just enrich the number of the quality of the data that I have. So I'm going to actually select this document. So I'm going to do a Control A. So I select all of them and I upload it. But again, remember, do not upload any personal information, okay? So all the documents that I've got here, I've removed any personal information. So I click OK, and it's going to take a little while. Ooh, I might have reached the source limit, so I'm not sure why he's telling me that. Maybe it's because I've got more than 50. So I think you have 50 free, and if you have more, you might you might have to pay. But I think with 50, we should be fine. I'm going to check how many I've got. Oh yeah, I got 52. So he might have not taken the last two. That's all right. For the purpose of the demo. So you see, he has uploaded at least my top 50 source, and he already, without me asking for anything, he started to provide me with a summary. Okay, I didn't ask for anything. I just uploaded my sources, and you can see all my sources are here on the left. And here what you can do is you can decide to select them all or just some of them. But if I select them all, he actually provide me a summary. And it's quite good that you could read this summary. So you would double check if he actually understood or if he did extract correctly all the data. And I've done it previously, and it's actually amazing at extracting and summarizing the information. So now that you have this, you could do two things. You could just from this move to the next step and go and click on the arrow to create a slide deck or to create a video. But here, I would like maybe to do a couple of things. I would like maybe to ensure it's got it right or try to improve the quality of the data I want to receive over here in order to make sure that I could get some extra value. And I will show you what I'm going to do here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to discuss using the chat here. And even if last time, I don't know if you remember, but with Claude, I had a massive prompt where I asked him everything in one go to get me clinical findings, to get me differential diagnosis or treatment. Here I'm going to go step by step. So here I created a prompt to ask him to play the role of a medical assistant and I want him to review all the document and to identify the top 10 clinical significant findings across all tests. And I'm sending this. And every time you're actually interacting with the chatbot here, what he's doing is actually using only the sources on the left that you have uploaded, and is comparing it with the data is being trained on. And then is giving me, you see, the top 10 clinical significant findings from all the data analytics that he has. So he's finding me the problematic with the gene, the problematic with the mitochondria, the problematic with the chronic infections, the problematic with the gut dysbiosis, etc., etc. And so what is interesting with NotebookLM is that everything that it is giving you back, you can save it as a note. What does that mean? Is that you save it as a note, so it comes here, and then you can convert it into a source. So I might have a difficulty because I've got already 50 sources. Let me try to do it. No, it's telling me that I can't, so I probably will have to remove a couple of my previous sources to add this back, or I will have to upgrade. My my subscription, which is free for now. So I will, for the purpose, I'm going to use. I'm going to remove this one because I don't think it brings any value. It's just something which is already it's repeating. So I'm going to remove this source, delete, and then I'm going to add this one instead. Convert to source. Oh, it's still giving me the thingy. So, yeah, maybe. Oh no, he's adding it. Okay, and now I've got 50. So I might be able to clean a little bit this with some items which I believe are not bringing any value. Yes. And maybe what else could I remove? Yeah, these two, because I don't think they are interesting for him. Okay. Yep, and this one as well. So Right, so shall I continue? So another prompt that I prepared that I would like the NotebookLM model, which is actually Gemini behind, respond to me is, ask him to provide me with some differential diagnosis. Okay, so I'm asking him to read the 46 sources and try to find the clinical, the differential diagnosis, and I'm asking him to list them, and I want him to provide any peer review reviewed sources, and and if he, so I can double check after that. So he's doing it. He's providing me with, you see, we have the little thing which provide me where he gets the source from, either being in here or either being in the scientific literature. Okay, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to save this as a note, and then I'm going to add it to, I'm going to convert it into a source. Finally, I'm going to do my third step, which is asking to take the top 3 differential diagnoses identified and to, for each of them, recommend a treatment, which again, he will have to double check with the scientific literature. Go, and he's going to do that. All right, so it's providing me with a treatment and a rationale, and is actually providing some insights why he believe it's a good idea to do that. Okay, so you see there's some antibiotics for the infection. It can also provide the dosing if you provide the weight, for example. So any kind of, actually it's a very good point, any kind of extra information that you believe is absent from your medical analysis, you can add it manually. So what you can do here, if you go back to the sources, you can add a source by just adding text. So potentially you could add here the age of the patient, the weight of the patient, this kind of thing that can help you later, maybe the symptoms, who can help the model to provide even more accurate information, but still try to avoid any kind of personal information. So prefer giving an age than actually a real date of birth. Okay, so he provide me again some information here, which I decide to save and convert to a note, to a source, sorry, convert to a note and then to a source. And then maybe something which could be very interesting is actually I'm going to ask him to review the proposed treatment plan and scan it for drug-to-drug interactions. Any kind of and if there is any contraindication given the patient full lab profile. All right, and I'm going to give it a go. So this question is actually very, very, very difficult, and this is where a model like Anthropic, Claude Anthropic, or the version of Sonnet or the version of Opus might be even better to try to answer this question. So here is finding a couple of things which might be very interesting. So I'm going again to save it as a note and then add it to convert it to a source. All right, so now I'm feeling fairly comfortable. I've got a lot of information, which include clinical findings, which include differential diagnostic treatments options and drug-to-drug interactions. So what I would like to do now is I would like to transform this information which are text only into something which could be better in terms to absorb it or to understand it at my level, which I'm not a doctor, and also maybe which is more precise, concise, and appealing to the eye through a presentation or an audio. So what I'm going to do, I probably here you see the one which you say a little m. They are actually the source, the notes that we just added in terms of text. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove all the noise of the medical analysis because I've already done the analysis. I'm going to use the note that I just took, so the differential diagnosis. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take this one, the treatment plan, and so those are the three that I just created here. And maybe I'm going to take the clinical report, which I've just downloaded from Claude as well. Yeah, this is this one, I believe. Right here. Okay, and now I'm going to click on this this little arrow, not here, but on the little arrow here. So this will open me a new pop-up window to which I'm going to select. What I'm going to ask is I'm going to ask to create a slide deck, to build a slide deck. So I'm going to go for the details, detail deck, length, I will go for default. I keep the English as the language, and then I'm going to describe what I want. So I prepared something. This is what I want. So what I'm saying here. So I want him to act as a multidisciplinary medical assistant and build a presentation to help healthcare professional to take medical decision. And I want him to organize the presentation as follow. I want a slide on the patient overview. I want a slide on the key findings. I want a slide if you find a pattern who could explain the different findings. I want to get a differential diagnosis. I want to get a proposed treatment approach with the rationale, and then a follow-up roadmap. And then any question that I could ask the doctor to discuss. And then I launch it. So what's happening right now is actually working. He will generate a slide deck, and he is working only on the 4 sources that I have selected. So it will take quite a while. It normally takes a few minutes because there's I don't know what it does behind. That's where Google is doing the magic. But what I know for sure, for a fact, that they're using Gemini and Banana Pro to create a PowerPoint or a presentation which could be then a PowerPoint or a PDF, and then which will be downloadable. So I will pause here, and we're going to return when the deck will be ready. Okay, so we are back, and Google NotebookLM finished to create the presentation. And here it is. So let's have a look. So let me click on the presentation itself, and let me open it in large screen. So you can see that based on all the sources, the LLM created a presentation. So he organized clearly on a slide deck all the information and the rationale behind it. And he respected the sources. He did a slide on the key findings. He did a slide on the cross-system patterns. He did a slide on the differential diagnosis, and I found this slide very impressive. I mean, he put the diagnosis and then the supporting evidence linked to the medical labs, and then potentially is having an argument or against or a gap, just to make sure that this is still medical science and biology, and we're never sure at 100%. So it's good that you always challenge yourself to double check, triple check a diagnosis. It provides you some elements to repeat a test or to confirm a test, to confirm the diagnosis. So it does that for any kind of important reason he found in your labs. It provides you as well with a proposed treatment plan or architecture, and that's, I mean, it's quite good, at least for me, to understand, you know, the different steps of a treatment and why you can only start phase 2 after you have completed phase 1. Like, for example, here we have an immunomodulation, and we don't want to start this before we have cleared the triggers of all the infections. Then it provides even more details on the treatments with even the dosage. So that's element that you can bring to your doctors and discuss it with him. Then he goes even too deeper into the more the different steps of the protocol. And here as well on the phase 3. Then he gave me a slide on the pharmacovigilance, where based on all the labs or the history, he reminds the contraindications, especially when you do immunosuppression, what you should avoid doing, and also kind of history of reaction that was flagged in the past. Propose as well a follow-up roadmap, some kind of next step, urgent next step to take with a clear action plan, and finally some information or some question that you should interact with your physician, with your doctor. So the content fully was straight to the point, except this slide. I couldn't understand what he was trying to tell me with this slide, so I did challenge it. So in order to try, if you want to iterate on the content that is generated, you have this button here called Revise, and you click on it, and you can, in plain text, ask him to, whatever you want. Ask him to redo the slide if you want, or you say, oh, this information is wrong, or I don't understand what you are trying to do. Can you please create a new graph? And that's exactly what I did, because I couldn't understand what are those up and down oscillation. And to be honest, he provided me a second version, which is here. I did that yesterday, as you can see. And in here, it wasn't better. You see here, he actually provided me with some words that I don't even know what they are. I think he's trying to do the same as this one, but just didn't get it correct. And then he provided me with these, which are, and I start understanding better, but I'm not super. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes a better sense. Now I get it. What he wants to explain is that this is based on the historical, the history of the patient and the fact that she got flares at some time, but it doesn't explain why. So that's, and at what point. I don't think this is clearly good. So, but anyway, with this kind of invented words here, you can see that even AI can make mistakes, and they do mistakes, and they hallucinate. And so for that, it's always good to validate what they are doing. So I'm probably going to remove this slide completely because I don't think it actually brings any value to the storyline. Okay, so at the end, when you have you're satisfied with your deck, you can click here the three dots and you can download your presentation. And your presentation, you can download it in a PDF format or in a PowerPoint format. Note that even though you download it into a PowerPoint format, you're going to receive an image and not a document you can change the text. Well, I believe for medical data where maybe all of us here, we're not super comfortable with it, we probably don't want to change it. We just take whatever the model is giving us as the truth. So we don't really need to edit. Maybe it would be good if we still have a couple of personal information that we want to edit, but yeah, that's not the way to do it. With this, you will have to somehow grab the text and hide it another way. Okay, so let's move on. I want to show you maybe two other things. So I've worked on the studio as well yesterday, and I looked at what else can I generate, and I generated an explanatory video and an infographic. So let's have a look. So here I went here and I'm going to show you the prompt I used. Oh, sorry, there's a couple of typo in it, but here it is. So I said, based on the sources and only the sources, create a video to highlight our synthesis of the key findings, the differential diagnosis, the plausible calls, and the treatment. So I used exactly the same prompt that I did for the presentation. But then I said, make it an explanatory video so the patient is able to explain the rationale of the decisions and the proposed treatment to his family. Okay, so often if you have complex illness and you have to take a lot of medicine, you need to explain this to your caregiver. So this is in that kind of context I wanted to do this video explainer. And also for me, who is someone who understands more with visual content and audio content, I thought it was a very good thing to do it. So I've done that, and here is the content. I hope you're going to hear the sound. So I was pretty impressed by it, by the way. So it provided me this. Can I start? Yeah, I need to start here.
Hello. Today.
So let me maybe move forward and show you. Yeah, so.
And you know what we found? It wasn't some single, simple answer. Not at all. Instead, what we uncovered was a perfect storm, a really unique combination of several different underlying factors, all working together to create the situation we're seeing. Okay, so our first major clue is genetic. There's a variant in a gene called TRX1 that basically puts the immune system on a constant state of high alert. The best way to think about it is like a smoke detector that's just way too sensitive. It's primed to set off a massive alarm for even the smallest little thing. Our second clue points to a serious energy crisis going on inside the body. So you have these tiny little power plants in all of our cells called mitochondria. What we discovered is that these power plants, especially in the brain, just aren't working right. They're not making enough energy for the body to function properly, to repair itself, or to handle any kind of stress. And to give you an idea of how serious this energy crisis is, testing showed that a key part of this cellular engine was only...
All right, so you see, I mean, it's very professional and clear to understand, and they use some terms which vulgarize the content, which make it, at least for me, extremely clear, and it's easier for me to understand the very complex medical terms and medical interactions. So the video works for me very well. I hope it will work for you too. And finally, what I've tried is an infographic. So I use this one. For this one, I'm not super sure. The prompt is exactly the same that I did for the video. So except I replace video par infographic. And the result is this one. So I'm going to show you as well. It's very nice. It's very nice looking. It could be fairly useful as a kind of reminder, or if you want to bring this to, I don't know, if you want to bring this to a presentation or to do a poster or something like this, if you want to impress people, or like a reminder that you can put in your kitchen to or wherever you have your treatment, just to remind you that to take it because you have such or such conditions. But I don't know what else it could be used for. But at least that's my opinion. So in here you'll find everything with nice diagram explaining you where it's happening, and here we have the treatment plan again. We have highlight on all the different problematic, infection, DNA, gut, and some other area, and some so it's very nice. It's a nice summary, but yeah, indeed, I'm not sure where this could be used. All right, so this completes my 4 first videos. I hope you enjoyed it, and if it actually is useful for you, just let me know. All right, thank you everyone. Bye bye.